Hello, people, it's Poe, and we are back on Dinosaurs. This is literally these are literally the first words. Why am I sounding? I almost had my old Frenchish accent. Literally, these are literally the first words that I say in the day. I have not said a word to anybody or anyone or even myself until I just hit record right now. So it feels almost kind of weird to hear my own voice. But what I wanted to do today was just kind of show you guys a small hint, a small clip, not a clip, a small aspect of what we worked on during our last live stream. And if you missed it, you can check it out. It is posted to YouTube. It's called Dinosaurs Live episode number 6, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's number 6. And what we did, we went and we grabbed the Smilodon. So let's go over to the Smilodon Enclosure, the old Smilodon Enclosure, which has been in this park since almost the beginning. It's one of the oldest places in the park. We built it back when we used to have these kinds of opening doors everywhere. I would love to put more doors like that again. You know? Just little sliding doors like that would be so cool to have elsewhere. I should try to figure out where we're going to put some. You know what? I think I will. And how am I going to mark them? I'm going to mark them with a redstone torch. So I'm going to go grab that. And then we'll go and look at the Smilodon Enclosure. So basically we moved the Smilodon to the Ice Age area. The Arctic Park, as I've been calling it. So that's kind of a cool thing. Cool thing because it's an Arctic park. It's kind of interesting because it's one of the first times where I've actually like moved dinosaurs that far, or creatures. It's not a dinosaur, but like any of the creatures in the park that far. Oh. Let's make a bunch. I don't think I probably won't make 12 of them, but we got 12. It would be shocking to move anything else. It would be like me saying one day, you know what, Esmeralda, you're moving. You're moving somewhere else. Or Esmeralda hasn't been there always. That used to be my base up there. Not up in the lighthouse, but in that tiny little cubby right there. Used to be my base. And used to have a little... Well, it started as a house up top. Up top here was a house. Right up here. Look at this. Door's still there. My one little cauldron is still there. Really kind of funny. That was my first starter place, as I dug into this and built a little nook to store my stuff. And then I built a house on top of it. And then that house was torn down. The house used to be up here. And the only enclosure I had was the Dilo enclosure. But I don't think... Were Dilos always inside of there? I don't think so. Can't remember now. It's been so long. But then I tore it down and built this massive redstone lighthouse. Not lighthouse. Lighthouse, yeah. It's a lighthouse. I'm just... Why is the lighthouse in the middle of the land and not by the ocean? It's sort of weird. And it looks completely terrible inside. But it does still work. It does still work. After all this time. You can't even see... Oh, you can barely see it. It does still work. I just never have it turned on. Because it does add just the slightest, tiniest, minor bit of lag. Just like the smallest little bit. And because of that, I'd just rather have it off. It's funny that we built that whole thing and it's kind of... There's no reason for it. I'd love to build more monuments like that, though. Just useless monument, you know? Like, it has no purpose, but it's kind of cool to have in the park. And it defines our park. I would love to have another one like that. But what could we build? A pyramid? I I don't know. What else can we build like that? I really don't know. A giant library? I don't know. Okay, so we were going to go and check out the Smilodon Enclosure now that I got my redstone torches. And we're going to try to kind of figure out where to put these sliding doors. But mostly I want to go show you guys the enclosure that we worked on, the Smilodon one. For those who missed it, for those who didn't watch the live stream or don't want to watch the live stream, here's another sliding door. So as you can see, the Smilodon is gone from these two enclosures. And what I was going to do is actually move Raymond from the enclosure as well, so that, you know, we can actually expand this whole section. Because what I want to do, some people didn't hear me, I guess, in the last episode, but what I want to do is make this an entire compy enclosure. So these walls, these snow white walls, are all going to be turned back to normal. I'm probably going to keep the cave, but we're going to turn the cave into, you know, maybe a little bit more decorative with leaves and stuff. Not so frozen and cold. We're going to keep this walkway, definitely. But this wall is going to completely get torn down. So this wall, we're going to tear it down. This wall, we're going to keep, but it's going to be a different kind of wall. But yeah, this wall right here, we're tearing it down. And we're going to have... I didn't realize it was that thick. Now I remember why it is, because the Smilodon used to kill the mammoth through the wall. I also didn't realize it was on a different elevation. Well, that's okay. That's fine. That's alright. We're going to tear all this down. I'm not going to do it right now. But that is my plan. To make this a compy, a Compsognathus habitat. We're going to have tons of them in there. I'm going to try to get different colored ones if I can. And that'll be really cool. Snowballs. Okay, so where am I going to place? I need to at least pick one spot for a sliding door. Like those. Used to have one right here. But it just didn't fit with this whole outside, you know, exhibit thing. And there's not really a lot of room to put one right there now either. But I could definitely put one right here. So I'm going to mark that off. Could have a sliding door right there. Well, there's one. Down here we could certainly put a few. So I might think about that. Might think about that. In the meantime, let's go and see our new Smilodon enclosure with Biscuit. I'm going to grab, if I can... Oh, I got a few blocks. See if I have any other stone brick. I haven't made any that I'm aware of. I really got to put down some of the stuff that we've got here. My inventory is just crammed with junk. Okay, I kind of want to keep... Let's throw out some stuff first. That, a piece of sand, some dirt, snowballs. That's really all that I want to throw out. So now in this wood chest, we've got that, and oops, not that. We've got that, and we got that. I'll need them later, not right now. The wood, again, that's later, not right now. That, some rails. Got a ton of rails. Let's finish the rails that I got. That in there. Do I have any powered? Yes, I do. Perfect. I actually have not been back here in a while to see if I had any powered rails and stuff. Mine carts go in the iron chest, technically. And what I was coming here to check is if I had any more of that. And I don't. And I don't. Maybe I have some cooked up that I don't remember. Nope. Nope. Okay. Nope. All right. We're done. So what I worked on in the live stream, it was about a 2-hour live stream. It was, I think, just short of 2 hours. It was like 1 hour and 55 minutes. So just short of 2 hours. And in those 2 whole hours, basically all that we did was build a Smilodon enclosure and push the Smilodon. We actually had to manually, physically push the Smilodon from its enclosure way over there all the way this way. There was a dilemma with it fell into a tiny little hole right here. Getting it up. You can see all the little spots where we had to push it up. We risked it for biscuit was the hashtag. Hashtag risked it for biscuit. Because biscuit actually like it was scary some parts where there were mobs, bad things, where it was like, do we push it into the cactus? Will it die? I was actually kind of scared at some points. Okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to play this? Put one right. Oops. Whoops. Man. This is not... This shovel. I need actually like a slower shovel. You know? I really do. Huh? What? Why doesn't that... That's what I did over there, isn't it? Okay, I guess not. I used all these activators. So, I thought that I was going to get away from having to do that by putting a redstone block underneath it, but it doesn't power this block. That's weird. I'm... What? Pig, why? Pigs, man. Can't live with them, can't live with them. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to get more activators. In the meantime, I can at least finish this off with the normal rails. I have to make some activators. I had a ton of powered rail, but no activators. Doesn't mean that I can't at least like figure out where these go. So 1, 2, 3. I'm putting them like 3 hops away. 1, 2, 3. That was kind of 4, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can hear the spider. Annoying. I have my park so well lit up that the second that I go anywhere where it's not lit up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. There we go. Yeah, the second that I go anywhere that isn't lit up, then there's just mobs everywhere. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have it curved this way. And then it'll be just a normal pathway. Whoa! Spawned right in front of my face. There. And then this will be like, I'll make a little train station platform here. And then our actual pathway will start like right here. So the main train station entryway will be right here. Might have to cut down that tree. But here is the enclosure, the start of it, anyway. And why I have these blocks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall. Which sort of creates a little bit of a weird issue for me. This is the middle. Okay, maybe that's not an issue. Yeah. So I just kind of have to go around. I'm going to have a middle block. Oops. That's not even. I'm going to have a middle block of some kind here. I don't know why this is so hard for me to place. It's like my eyes can't focus on where the middle is. There we go. And this is the Smilodon Enclosure that we worked on during the live stream. So we spent a couple hours on our live stream, and not all of it, but a lot of it was spent actually working on this. There we go. So then I'm going to put, I don't have them. I want those purple blocks again. And what? Why are my eyes doing that? Weird. It's like I can't focus on the right block. Too much gray. There. We did it. We Minecrafted. We built. All right. So yeah, I'm going to put that purple block probably right up there, up there, up there, and so on. It's all going to go across. Purple blocks. Or what I could do is get a fence block and put the fence piece in the middle. Oh god, that's a blow up. There was nothing I could do about that. Not a thing I could do. Not a thing. Should really light this up a little bit more though. I know it's melting some of the snow, but it's okay. As long as we got... Whoa. As long as we... Ouch! As long as we have mostly snow. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby, oh, baby. All right, we're level 40 now. I got arrows all through my face. Whoa, baby, oh, baby. There you are again. A different baby. Yeah, so let's fill this in. Shall we? We ran out of dirt already. Well, we'll have to fill that in later. There we go. But all of this enclosure is for Biscuit right now. Hi, Biscuit, who cannot be tamed, is not tamed, cannot be tamed. It's untamed right now, and even though the health is, you know, fairly low, we can heal Biscuit eventually. Age 100. There you go. Century years old. There we go. We are eventually going to have other Smilodon. Don't look at the Enderman. We're going to have other Smilodon as well. Other saber-toothed cats. But in the meantime, it's just Biscuit. Light up this little area a little bit better. Again, as long as there's mostly snow, I don't care if the torches melt a little bit, you know. It doesn't look that bad to me. I'm going to build probably a little cave in here as well to replace the cave that Biscuit used to have, but never really used. But I can't wait to get some Smilodon in the park that are tamed to me and that we can actually kind of let wander around and that. Because right now, because Biscuit isn't tamed, she's just sitting down and she's not moving. So, I want Biscuit and I want another one named Gravy. Hi, you want a carrot? Oops. There you go. Oops. There you go. Oops. Hold on. I got it. Eat the carrot. Oh, you did eat the carrot. Good job. It ate the carrot. But this enclosure obviously is still a long ways off from being completed. There's a lot of work left to do in terms of like just block placing, and I got to figure out the design still a little bit for the top and this glass, and I think I need way more stone bricks. I could just go to our end. We've got that stronghold, the end stronghold, and it has tons of those stone brick blocks in there, but I think that it's honestly just fine. But there we go. Like I said, this is actually based off of a design that someone sent me on Twitter. I don't remember the name right this second, but they sent me a design on Twitter, and they had a lot of carved blocks, the carved stone blocks. I can't do those. You cannot craft carved stone in this version of Minecraft. Look. Don't believe me? Look. Cannot do it. Does not do anything. We're in 1.7 still. So, I decided purple, and the rest I'll kind of make up as I go along. But I think it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, I think it'll be just fine. I just need to get some activator rails for here. Then our railway will work for that way, if people want to go that way. There you go. Yeah, this will be really cool. This whole thing will be really cool. Can't wait until it's all done. The whole pathway to that park and everything. Done. That might be one of the next things that I do. After I finish the Smilodon Enclosure, and I move Raymond out of that enclosure that Raymond's in right now, I kind of want to get the pathway done to here. That's going to be my next project, I think. But yeah, that's kind of all that I wanted to show you guys today, was the Smilodon Enclosure. Update on that. Tell you guys that I'm planning on doing the compy thing again. I've considered moving the Hypsilophodon to the petting zoo, but Hypsilophodon seems to be okay being in the hotel. So I'm not, complaining or anything. But we do need more creatures for the petting zoo, definitely. We're going to be probably getting rid of Compy Island. Like, not destroying Compy Island or anything. Like, the island will always be there, but we're not going to have a Compy on it anymore. Hi. For those who want shaders, like we had in the last episode, just to kind of tell you what's going on with that, I took them off when we live streamed because they were lagging too much. They made me lag quite a bit. My game even crashed at one point, I think, because of the shaders. So they're nice. I loved having them around when I had them, but I also certainly don't mind taking them off and just kind of having normal Minecraft because everything runs so smoothly. So it's kind of a my computer can't handle it type of issue at this point. In any case, that's it for today. We barely scratched the surface. We at least did a little bit more work on the Smilodon Enclosure. And I marked off where I want to put some sliding doors. I don't know how or when I'll do that. I need to get my redstone out. Sticky pistons. Do I have slime to make sticky pistons? Yes. I have actually 21 of them. Well, there you go. I can make at least 3 or 4 doors. More than that even, but that'll be good. I want to have more of those sliding doors around. But anyway, that's where we're going to end it. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video, comment below, do all those other awesome things people do. And we'll see you guys next time in the dinosaur world. Bye-bye. Oh, in case I don't make another episode before then, Have a happy new year. Bye-bye.